Hey, it's me, EvilTeuton, and we've come back from our latest flashback in, in the past. The tall man once again destroyed another life, another friendship, and it's time for us to take the paper. Oh, Trilby. Oh, Trilby. Victim 3 for Horn. The third man who desired judgment was for Horn, who had bought from those who made luxuries with the wood that was the prince's soul. The prince came and struck down the lover of Frihorn, and Frihorn knew the name of the king. And Frihorn said, I know you now, O prince, who was the arrogant man, and I anticipate your wish, and I will devote myself to spreading the teachings you have brought me and the love of our king. And the prince was satisfied, and Frihorn called all those who would listen, and they formed an order of blessed agonies that would work to redeem the follies of the men of technology. So there you have it. They formed an order to experience the blessed agonies. Whatever that means, I don't know. I don't know. Why would I know? And now, obviously, our next clue is to go to the Unicorn. A small inn in Wales. And we shifted. It's bound to happen. Wait. No, he said something and I didn't... He said he heard something, right? That's all. Nothing in here. I'm sorry, guys. I did. Oh. Lankman. Yeah, that was him. Maybe we should enter the kitchen. In the dark world, you can. And obviously the only way to get in here in the normal world is, with this whole trick that we used to get into the display room. Should we go down there? Oh. Oh, I see. This isn't so good. We should probably just take a pill. Took another pill and waited for the anxiety to lift, but it did not. To my unending concern, I realized that the decay of the alternate hotel had spread either to me or the pills, and they no longer worked. I had to find a way to restore their effect, or at least another method of calming myself. Well then, it seems the pills don't work anymore. But what's this in the corner? You see the droppings? There's like a little raindrop coming down. And there's a decayed body. But the hand seems to be intact. It's in a puddle of water. So we have to get over there to investigate that. But we also have to get rid of those bugs, or roaches, or whatever they are. And it just so happens that there's a little piece of meat here. Look, meat. There was an arrangement of uncooked meat with ribs sticking out of the center table that seemed to be attracting insects beautifully. I tried not to think about what kind of meat it was. Take meat. I tore off a lump of meat to take with me. If I came up against anything hostile and carnivorous in this place, it would help to have something other than myself to offer it. Yeah, and this is actually, in order to figure this one out, Yahtzee actually wants you to, because you have to do a little bit of thinking here. You see the bugs, right? You see, okay, there's skeletons in there, so they eat flesh, obviously. There's this corpse that should be decayed, and yet there's this hand that's not decayed. So, throw meat. Well, that's not what throwing means, but sure. And you can walk over here and look puddle. In the far corner of the room was a puddle of water created by drips from above. It had a curious color to it, and the drops seemed to glow with their own illumination. The liquid was having a strange effect on a nearby corpse. I want to know where it comes from, because the room above is just the kitchen, so I don't know. Anyway, use... how do you do this? Use water? Yeah, use water with pills. Fill bottle with water. Nice. Use bottle with water. Nice. Put water in bottle. We're going to get there. I couldn't do that just then. Okay, well then... Examine water. Yeah? Would you please... Would you... drink water? It was almost as if the water was drawing me to it. Not like a scrabbling thing in my mind like the chisel or the painting, but more like a beckoning siren. I couldn't help myself. I crouched down and dipped my hand in it. It felt uncommonly refreshing, and brought an amount up to my lips, my unhygienic surroundings forgotten. As a pleasant feeling of simultaneous coolness and warmth spread from my stomach, I realized that the water had some sort of rejuvenating effect. I had no explanation for this, but at the time I didn't care. I was beginning to feel in the back of my mind the familiar tickling sensation that indicated a reality shift, so I swiftly scooped a few drops of the liquid into my pill bottle, shaking it through the remaining pills. Oh, it does it automatically. Okay. Yeah, so there's a small bottle of wine. A single bottle. Oh, no. Alright, well, he is right. Currently, there's no reason to take it, but what kind of adventure game is this? Where you can just, you know... Also, this looks a lot like the kitchen from 5 Days. I don't know if anybody picks up on this, but, you know, this is the door out to the garden. Then over here you have the dining hall, and then over here... you have the emergency door, and we can never enter it throughout this whole game. So, sorry for setting up the tension. There's nothing in there, guys. You can't enter this room. But still, the setup is obviously similar. Dun 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 dun. Let's check the bar. That's always a good idea. No one's here. Well, I guess then it's not time to check the bar just yet, and instead we should... Oh, Terry, it's you! Have you seen Chauvin? I was about to ask you that. What did you do to the girl? I hope you don't intend to seduce her away from my service. A bet. I need you to understand. You and I and Chauvin are all in critical danger. There is something evil in this hotel and it's closing in fast. Mr. Railby, I have been over this hotel several times. Apart from us, there is absolutely nothing here. Please keep your fairy stories in the playroom where they belong. Right. Well, then I guess we just have to touch the unicorn. Touch. I'd rather you didn't handle the exhibits, please, Terry. Oh, we can't while he's here. Oh, you cheeky old man. What do we do with him? Oh, you know what? Ask a bet unicorn. We can at least he'll appreciate that. Do you know anything about an inn called the Unicorn? Ah, you noticed my shingle. I picked it up as a curiosity at an antique fair a couple of years ago. Dates all the way back to the Elizabethan period from what I understand. But I just can't find a buyer for the damn thing. Don't suppose you have any clients who might go for it? Possibly. Do I have your permission to examine it? Of course. I may have to touch it to assess the texture. By all means do so. As long as you're not going to test its strength over your knee or something. Right then. And now we can touch the unicorn. Finally. Shingle's design was a simple one of a unicorn's head in half profile, painted with illegibility on a dark oak back. I hope it was that, yeah. As I pressed my fingertips to it, however, the design seemed to extrude from its backing like a hologram and seemed to draw closer until my vision was filled with wood grain and mediocre brushstrokes. I could vaguely detect the professor speaking to me on the very edge of hearing, but by the time I realized it, I was already gone. Somewhere in Wales, July 28th, AD 1581. Owen Somerset. Nudge, nudge. How does it go? How does it go, the Monty Python thing? Nudge, nudge? Nudge, nudge. Say no more, say no more. Nudge, nudge. Yeah, okay. So, Owen Somerset, right? Nudge, nudge, say no more. A traveling merchant was on his way back to his wife and family in London, having concluded some business dealings in this area. Caught suddenly by a summer storm, he spied an inn by the side of the road and marveled at his good fortune. Faith, 'tis be an evil storm that blights the sky tonight? Aye. I must have the Almighty on my side to find myself so close to an inn as it broke out. Aye, perhaps. The innkeeper seemed quite, disword, but Owen was in a good mood and was determined for it not to leave him. It was probably too late to continue riding even if the storm cleared. Owen decided to inquire after a room for the night. Well then, once again we are playing as one of the Somersets. But also, the Somerset from 7 Days is going to return. It's not him, so don't worry, the other guy is coming back. Ask about room. Ask innkeeper room. Good evening, sir. Would it be possible to secure a bed for the night? Be a wiser man than I. Go from this place and never return. What? There's a curse upon this inn. I will not have an innocent doomed to the same fate as I. Right. Insist. Good. Ask about curse. Good. Oh, Trilby's notes. This whole text parser thing is just. I'm glad the next game is gonna have the 7 Days interface again. Ask innkeeper. We're just going to repeat it. I have plenty of gold to pay for my board. The devil cannot be bought off, my friend. What devil? What is the nature of this curse? This inn was built by my father 20 years ago. From the wood of a fallen oak, he stumbled upon an island north of here. He noticed human bones scattered around, but did not heed them. This inn has been a curse on our bloodline ever since. Madness and death claims those who stay here. This time last year, it claimed my father. Soon, I am certain it shall claim me. Ask innkeeper room. So why do you remain? I do not believe in fleeing from the mistakes of the past. Well, that's okay. If the Almighty wills that my family must pay for our errors, then this I accept. But I would not see another suffer for our sins. Leave now before the shadows take you. Ask innkeeper room. Sir, I have little patience for fables, and even less for riding after sundown in the middle of a downpour. Lend me your room, and I shall take the responsibility for my own well-being. You will insist. Not only will I insist, but I will pay whatever price you ask. Go then, take the upstairs room. And if you remain by morn, you shall pay nothing at all. Well, that's a good offer. I can't detect, you know what, this deal is perfect. I really don't see any downsides to it. So, go to sleep. There's nothing to do here. Owen lay himself down, intending only to test the bed's softness, but in his exhaustion he quickly succumbed to sleep. In the early hours of the morning, something jolted Owen from his slumber. A piercing sound. No, a piercing smell. Ah, this doesn't look so good. Take sheet. Presumably for comfort. A little fire. Well, it's not too big yet. I guess we can just put it out. Put out fire. Oh, we had to get closer to the flames. Is that what you want from me, game? You know what? Get closer to flames. Alright. Put out fire. What in God's name? Oh God! It's him, the innkeeper! What kind of... Who could have... Once again I returned, disoriented from my vision. I was closing in on the source of the madness. The innkeeper had said that the wood came from a tree on an island. Could that have been Clanbronwyn Island? Given what I was seeing, it seemed a valid, if worrying, possibility. Besides that, it seemed I had no other leads. So what would I do? I was determined not to let the trail end here, if there were just a single clue. And once again, it just so happens that there's a piece of paper, so maybe our clue is in here. Trilby. Oh. Trilby, I know you are following a trail. Go to the roof if you wish to proceed. Lenkman. Victim 2, the innkeeper. The second man who desired judgment was the innkeeper who had bought the wood of the tree and built from it this house. The prince came to him and his guest, and he struck the innkeeper down, and the innkeeper knew the name of the king. And the prince turned to the innkeeper's guest, and he said, You I shall not let live, for once before have I made this warning, and still my soul aches with what is done to the wood that is my soul, and I will spare no man who injures me in this way. And the innkeeper's guest knew the name of the king. Well then, everybody knows the name of the king? So Lenkman said we should go to the roof. So I guess we should... Oh, what's that? What's that, you guys? Once again, we should look at the counter. Reception desk was a cheap pine affair and unadorned with papers or materials. A porcelain leg lay upon the desktop. Well, I guess we can take the leg. Now we have a porcelain leg. Who knows for what? Who knows for what? Sorry, this is not... No, we won't have any cheap jokes in here. Although, it might be a good idea. And now, we have to go up to the roof. The roof. Let's go to the roof. Toc, 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 toc. And there it is. Open door. The door was either stuck or locked. Oh no! What are we gonna do? And why was there a porcelain leg on the front desk? I guess we'll just have to find out next time on Trilby's Notes. See you then.